Guys, how's it going? Stoudman coming back at you once again, and today we're going to talk about some Blu-rays and one DVD that I picked up while thrift shopping, and I also went to the pawn shop, the one where I got the 6 for 20 deal last time. Well, I got another 6 for 20 deal there, and I wanted to talk about it. But before I do that, I want to get through the thrift store stuff that I got some pretty cool stuff. So first off, I went over to Goodwill, and for the first time in months, I actually found stuff that I was interested in. And they were having a half-off sale on all their media, so they actually had it for a halfway decent price. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you the price when I hold it up, because I think that'll say it all. I paid half off. This was half off. So go ahead. About Schmidt. This is a movie that I've been wanting for quite some time. I'm pretty sure it's not available on Blu-ray yet. At least I don't think it is. And I've been wanting to watch this again recently quite a bit, because there are just moments in this movie that stick with you. And no, I'm not talking about the Kathy Bates scene. I'm actually talking about the moment where he's in the bathroom. Well, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But that moment to me, just sometimes life is like that. And sometimes you just gotta say fuck it, you know? And this is one of those movies that very much has that fuck it appeal to it. So yeah, that's one of the reasons that I wanted to pick this up and check this out again. I've been on the lookout for it at places like Half Price Books Outlet, but they didn't have it. So yeah, to be able to find this at Goodwill for $2, a pretty damn good deal. But like I said, if this was half off, I paid $2 with half off. My Goodwill, their standard price on DVDs, used DVDs, is $4 fucking dollars. So half off of that, of course, is $2. But yes, if I were going on any other random day, I would have had to pay $4 fucking dollars for this. Can you see why I don't really like going to this Goodwill? Maybe just it's not really that great of a place to go to hunt for DVDs or anything really, because everything is over fucking priced. Their Blu-rays, sometimes they have Blu-rays there. Typically it's Twilight. Almost always it's Twilight. They are $5.99 each. So basically, like, I have gotten brand new Blu-rays for $4 each, and they wanted me to pay $6 for a Blu-ray there. Nah, no, not happening. But anyways, this was a pretty damn good pickup, if I do say so myself, especially considering I wanted to watch it again, and it was all in pretty good condition here, and it even came with the insert, so I figured, you know what, yeah, I'll do that. Why the hell not? About Schmidt. It's about time that I checked out About Schmidt again. Then afterward, I headed on over to my new favorite place to go thrift shopping. There's a nice little thrift store here that is tied to the Seattle Children's Hospital, I believe it is. A portion of their proceeds go to the Seattle Children's Hospital, so, you know, it's for a good cause. And it's not a really big shop. It's a fairly small thrift shop, but it's a pretty nice one, to be quite fucking honest. Even though it's not big, they have a really wide and eclectic selection of stuff. They've got like really nice silverware, the kind you would never even see in a Goodwill. They've got really, every season they come out with some crazy stuff related to the season. So they've got a bunch of Christmas stuff out right now. They've got a bunch of clothing there as well, and they've even got a little section for books and CDs and stuff like that. And of course they've got a section for DVDs and stuff like that as well. But I've never seen any Blu-rays there until today. And when I did see those Blu-rays, they were both marked at $5 with blue tags, and I looked up. Sure enough, there was a sign saying all items marked with blue tags are 30% off. So these Blu-rays marked at $5 each were actually only $3.50 each, and there were two titles in particular that for $3.50 each I was going to pick up, even though I already had one. And the one I had, I'll show you first, just so I can prove you the price tag there. was Wally. Wally on Blu-ray for $3.50. This is the nice shiny edition that came out. This is like the first printing, I think, that has a nice shiny cover to it. Very cool. That immediately is what sold me, is the shiny cover, because I knew that's not necessarily something you see every day. And yeah, this is just a 2-disc set, but it's a pretty nice set nonetheless. So you're wondering, why would I have a problem picking this up in the first place? Well, because I already have it. I bought this knowing full well I already own it, because it was only $3.50. And you know what? My mom actually does not have this on Blu-ray, so one of these two is going to go to her. I can't decide on which. I'll probably just keep this one because it's the nice shiny one, and give her this one. I'm a good son. What can I say? And being that I got this for $3.50, I'm not too beat up, you know? I knowingly picked up a title that I already owned, specifically because it was a low price and because it was one of the, looks like the first printings here with the nice shiny cover. The shiny cover was one of the selling points, but also the fact that it's a Disney Blu-ray for fucking under $4. Tell me you can beat that. That's impossible to beat. And speaking of things that may in fact be impossible to beat, the next thing that I found there, this was actually factory sealed. I actually unsealed it, unwrapped it myself a couple of hours ago. Life, the Discovery Channel Life documentary with Oprah Winfrey, for $3.50. I shit you not, it was marked at $3.50, brand new, factory sealed. And I know, before anybody says anything, I know this has gone for as cheap as like $10 or something like that in the past, but tell me you have found this in the wild for $3.50. You can't! That is a really good deal. And yeah, everything, of course, being brand new, is in immaculate freaking condition. This is just such a really nice set, and I can't wait to check it out, man. I mean, holy cow. 4-disc set, documentary, very cool documentary as I understand it, for $3.50 on Blu-ray. Very nice. Had to say yes to that. You know I had to. After that, I decided to go on over to the pawn shop, where I found a variety of Blu-rays, 6 for $20. So total, I paid like, again, $3.50 for almost every single title, essentially. I think it was a little bit over $3.50 when you factor in all the tax, but yeah, it was like 6 for $20 is $3.33 per title. But when you factor in all the tax that I had to pay, it comes into about over $3.50, a little over $3.50 each, which is not a bad price considering what I got, especially for one of these titles, which I have never seen for less than $8. So pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and start off with probably the most controversial. I'm going to go from most controversial to least controversial. I think all of these in some small way are kind of controversial, though. I think all of these are movies that some people don't like and some people do. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with Zoolander. Got Zoolander here. I actually really like this movie. It was hilarious. I don't care what anybody says. This movie is fucking hilarious. I have not seen Zoolander number 2, but being that I liked the first one, I'm thinking I might also like the second one. I don't know. But you know, there's a chance that it sucks and this one is the only good one. Who knows? All I know for sure is that I think this is a fucking hilarious movie with a lot of brilliant fucking moments, a lot of brilliant commentary. It's one of those movies that doesn't take itself too seriously, and it's a lot of fun specifically because of that. So, you know, you can hate on it all you want, but I love this for a lot of the same reasons that I love Idiocracy, you know, because you got a lot of the same kind of idiots going through this movie as well. So it worked for me on that level, and I don't know why it doesn't work for other people on that level. But yeah, For under $4, not a bad deal. Next up, I've picked up Poltergeist, the extended cut, the new Poltergeist movie. Have not seen this yet, but I wanted to check it out because I'm a huge fan of the original Poltergeist. 1, 2, and 3. So, figured, yeah, I guess I kind of gotta check this out at some point and pay about the price that you would to rent it. Sure, why the hell not? Pick it up, own it for the same price that you would pay to just rent it. So, yeah, not a bad price, all things considered. I'm sure that the movie is actually the pile of shit that everybody says it is, but I don't mind. And it was still kind of, you can see, factory sealed. I can't even open it all the way, so yeah. I'm sure somebody opened it like this, pulled out the disc, watched it, put it back in there, and took it on down to the pawn shop. But whatever the case may be, yeah, happy to have this in my collection just to be able to check it out, especially for less than $4. Speaking of movies I haven't seen yet, but I wanted to check out, we have In Time here with, God, just what happened to this cover, I don't even want to know. Thankfully, I can replace Blu-ray covers, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, In Time is a movie I've been wanting to check out for a long time. I remember seeing the trailer and thinking it looked really interesting. I love sci-fi movies like this, and Justin Timberlake has proven himself, to me at least, to be an excellent actor in several films that I've seen him in. So yeah, I'm a fan. What can I say? At this point, I'm a pretty big fan of Justin Timberlake because he's not a bad actor. He's actually a really good actor. So yeah, I think he can pull off a role like this. And quite frankly, I like stuff like 1984. I like those kind of dystopian stories and whatnot. I feel like there's potential for this to be pretty darn good. Maybe not excellent, but good enough to pay less than $4 for. Yeah, this has been like in the $4 bin or $4 price range in the past, but I never picked it up then, and I regretted not picking it up then. So time to rectify that and deal with the fact that the case is just disgustingly dirty. The Blu-ray itself, I checked, is perfectly fine. Next up here we have Away We Go. This is the Sam Mendes film Away We Go. A lot of people did not like this movie. It's a very slow burn of a romantic comedy. Some people would say there's not even any comedy in it, but there are some pretty hilarious, memorable, hilarious moments, I should say, that I quite enjoyed. I actually saw this one in theaters when it first came out, and it was a lot of fun, honestly. There are a lot of reasons that I absolutely love this movie. There's just something so real about the characters in it. I love John Krasinski from The Office. Like I said, the characters just come across as so real. The acting is so damn good in this movie that they feel like real fucking people that are really going through the struggle that they're going through. Sam Mendes, a lot of people say he's overrated. I wouldn't say so. I'd say in a lot of cases he's actually underrated because there are a lot of movies that he did after the few that kind of got him noticed that people felt like, well, that's stupid. But if you actually go back and watch them, movies like this especially, they're really good, actually. You're really missing out on them. So, yeah. Less than $4 for that, damn good deal. Next up, we have one that I actually recommended through Netflix Picks, I think late last year. I don't even know if it's still on Netflix, but at least now I have it on Blu-ray. All Is Lost with Robert Redford. In fact, if I recall correctly, he's literally the only actor in this film, and sad news, apparently he is retiring finally. It's so sad because, like, this movie, to me, it just came out like a year or two ago, 2013, and it is proof positive to me that he still has it, that he can still act. He is really fucking good. And I wish we could see more of him in film for years to come. And this movie it made me feel like I want to see more Robert Redford in films because he's just such a fantastic filmmaker and actor and everything. everything that he's done in film, I know, will be cherished. He was one of the main guys behind the new Hollywood, and now here he is doing just a movie where it's him against nature. Very much has that Castaway feel to it, but it's kind of a Robert Redford approach to it. And there's a lot of things to it that also feel like are kind of like social commentary of what is going on in the world today. If you kind of read into it the same way that I did, it's kind of easy to see how maybe some of these things are symbolic for some of the things that are actually happening in the world today. And yeah, I really like this movie for that reason. I felt like there was something very special about it. So to find this there for less than $4, damn right I'm going to go for that. Last but not least, this is the last title I picked up here in this pickup video, this haul video, if you will, is the title that I said. I told you I've not seen this for less than $8 anywhere, and I found it for less than $4. Iron Man 3. And yes, controversial title. A lot of people do not like Iron Man 3. I had to be honest, it's not the best of the series, it's the worst of the series, but I still feel like there are a lot of redeeming qualities to it. I felt like there was something about it that felt like a cheesy comic book. Like I was reading a cheesy comic book, but I was seeing it put up on screen. And not all comic books are great. Not all stories that are written in comics are great. But to be able to see a movie that feels like a comic book just put up on screen, a comic book like that, to me it's a little special. It's pretty nice. A lot of people felt that this one got a little too cheesy in terms of like the almost post-traumatic stress disorder kind of issues that Iron Man is going through in this movie. But I didn't have too much of a problem with that. I felt like it fit perfectly fine with this character. And I also liked kind of the social commentary that they had in this movie. I think it's kind of underrated for what it is. A lot of people think it's a really horrible movie, like one of the worst ever, but to them I'd say I don't think you've seen enough movies, or you're being too harsh. This is at least a 6, maybe even a 7 out of 10. And yeah, to be able to get it for less than $4, I have no fucking regrets, because now I have all 3 Iron Man movies in my collection. How about that? So, yeah, that'll do it for me today, guys. That's all I picked up here on my pawn shop and thrift store haul, at least in disc form. So, yeah, pretty damn good haul if I do say so myself. Ended up paying, let's see, the 6 here were $20. Then I paid $7 for these 2 and $2 for this. So less than $30? Less than $30 for all this. It's a pretty good deal if I do say so myself. So anyways, that'll do it for me today, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Peace.